Good night, everyone. Let's get real for a second. Great leadership isn't about knowing everything. It's about never stopping learning. Think about the greatest leaders of our time, visionaries, game changers, people who didn't just ride the wave, but made the wave. What do they all have in common? Curiosity, adaptability, the hunger to grow. Leadership is not a place you reach or a title you earn and then coast on for the rest of your life. It's a continuous process of growth, adaptation, and learning. The best leaders don't wake up one day and say, "I've made it." Instead, they understand that leadership is an evolving journey, one that requires them to constantly refine their skills, expand their perspectives, and challenge their own beliefs. Great leaders recognize that success is not a fixed point. The moment they stop growing, they start falling behind. The world changes, industries shift, and new challenges emerge daily. A leader who clings to old ways of thinking, believing they have all the answers, will soon find themselves outpaced by those who remain open to learning. Leadership is about staying relevant, and relevance comes from evolution. Think about the leaders who have had the biggest impact, whether in business, politics, or social change. They didn't just lead for a moment in time. They adapted, innovated, and transformed along the way. They remained students even at the peak of their success. The most influential leaders have mentors, read voraciously, and seek wisdom from every experience. They understand that learning doesn't stop when they reach a position of authority. If anything, it becomes even more crucial. A leader's growth is also deeply connected to the growth of their team. When a leader evolves, they set the tone for the entire organization. They create a culture where learning is valued, curiosity is encouraged, and change is embraced. On the other hand, a leader who becomes stagnant will inadvertently create a stagnant team. If people see that their leader is unwilling to adapt, they will resist change as well. Growth starts at the top, and those who lead must be willing to set the example. One of the greatest dangers in leadership is the illusion of mastery. The belief that you know enough is the first step toward decline. True mastery isn't about having all the answers, it's about being relentless in the pursuit of better questions. It's about surrounding yourself with diverse perspectives, being willing to be challenged and constantly striving to be better than you were yesterday. The best leaders embrace the journey, understanding that there is no final destination. They see every setback as a lesson, every challenge as an opportunity, and every success as a stepping stone towards something greater. They evolve because they know that leadership is not about reaching a peak, it's about climbing higher every single day. Curiosity is one of the most underrated yet powerful traits of a great leader. It is the force that drives innovation, fuels continuous learning, and keeps leaders adaptable in an ever-changing world. When leaders stop asking questions, they stop growing. The moment they believe they have all the answers, they unknowingly close the door to new possibilities. Great leadership is not about certainty, it is about the relentless pursuit of understanding, improvement, and progress. A curious leader is always searching for ways to improve, not just themselves, but their team, their organization, and the impact they have on the world. They don't settle for, "This is how we've always done it." Instead, they ask, "Is there a better way?" They challenge the status quo, seek out fresh perspectives, and never allow complacency to take root. It is this mindset that leads to breakthroughs, whether in business, technology, or social change. Leaders who embrace curiosity create an environment where growth thrives. They encourage their teams to question assumptions, explore different viewpoints, and push the boundaries of what is possible. When a leader fosters curiosity, they cultivate a culture of innovation. People feel empowered to experiment, take risks, and think outside the box. On the other hand, when a leader discourages questions, whether out of arrogance, fear, or insecurity, they stifle creativity and limit potential. A workplace without curiosity becomes rigid, predictable, and ultimately outdated. Curiosity also plays a crucial role in problem solving. Leaders who ask the right questions can uncover hidden challenges and discover unexpected solutions. Instead of reacting to problems with quick fixes, they dig deeper, seeking to understand the root cause. They listen actively, engage with diverse perspectives, and are willing to reconsider their own assumptions. This ability to stay open-minded and inquisitive allows them to navigate uncertainty with confidence rather than fear. Some of the greatest leaders in history were fueled by an insatiable curiosity. They were not content with surface-level knowledge. They immersed themselves in learning, constantly refining their understanding of the world around them. They knew that curiosity was not a weakness but a strength, the driving force behind growth and progress. The danger of losing curiosity is that it leads to stagnation. When leaders stop asking questions, they stop evolving. They become blind to new opportunities and resistant to change. They fall into the trap of routine, relying on outdated knowledge while the world moves forward without them. A curious leader is a lifelong learner, someone who embraces uncertainty and seeks wisdom from every experience. They understand that leadership is not about having all the answers. It's about asking better questions, staying open to new ideas, and constantly pushing the boundaries of what they know. Curiosity is what keeps a leader relevant, innovative, and truly impactful. Growth and greatness never come from a place of comfort. The comfort zone is familiar, safe, and predictable, but it is also where potential goes to waste. Leaders who choose comfort over challenge limit themselves, their teams, and their ability to create real impact. True learning, transformation, and success happen when discomfort pushes a person beyond their perceived limits. Discomfort is not something to be avoided, it is something to be embraced. It is a signal that you are stretching beyond what you already know, venturing into uncharted territory where growth happens. The best leaders understand that progress requires struggle. Whether it's making difficult decisions, learning new skills, or facing criticism, discomfort is part of the process. If leadership were easy, everyone would do it. But leading, truly leading, demands resilience, adaptability, and the courage to step outside of what feels safe. The most successful people in any field have one thing in common. They were willing to be uncomfortable. They took risks, faced failures, and pushed through moments of doubt. Athletes endure grueling training sessions to improve their performance. Entrepreneurs take bold leaps without any guarantee of success. Innovators challenge conventional wisdom, knowing they might face rejection or resistance. The ability to withstand discomfort separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle for mediocrity. Avoiding discomfort may feel easier in the short term, but in the long run it leads to stagnation. A leader who resists change, avoids difficult conversations, or hesitates to take on new challenges will eventually be left behind. The world moves forward, industries evolve, and those who refuse to step outside their comfort zones risk becoming irrelevant. Leadership requires the ability to navigate uncertainty, make tough choices, and continuously adapt. One of the most powerful lessons a leader can learn is that discomfort is not a sign of failure, it is a sign of progress. The moment something feels too easy for too long is the moment growth has stopped. Every challenge presents an opportunity to become better, to think differently, and to develop new skills. The fear of discomfort holds many people back, but the willingness to embrace it unlocks potential they never knew existed. The greatest breakthroughs, innovations, and achievements in history did not come from people who played it safe. They came from those who dared to step into discomfort, who took risks despite uncertainty, and who understood that the path to greatness is not comfortable, it is challenging, unpredictable, and at times even painful. But it is also where real learning happens, where transformation begins, and where leaders truly rise. Failure is often seen as something to be avoided, but in reality it is one of the most valuable tools for growth. The best leaders understand that failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of the process. The faster they fail, the faster they learn, and the quicker they can adjust their approach. Every mistake carries a lesson, and those who embrace failure as a teacher will always outgrow those who fear it. Perfection is an illusion that holds people back. Leaders who wait for the perfect plan, the perfect timing, or the perfect conditions often end up doing nothing at all. Meanwhile, those who take action, even if they risk failure, gain real-world experience that no amount of planning can replace. They fail, analyze what went wrong, adapt, and try again. This cycle of rapid learning allows them to improve faster than those who hesitate out of fear. Some of the most successful innovators, entrepreneurs, and leaders in history failed repeatedly before they succeeded. They understood that each mistake was not a reason to quit, but an opportunity to refine their approach. Thomas Edison famously conducted thousands of experiments before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he didn't see them as wasted efforts. He saw them as ways to eliminate what didn't work. His mindset is a powerful reminder that failure is not final. It is feedback. The key is to fail fast and learn faster. This means not dwelling on mistakes, but extracting the lesson quickly and moving forward. Leaders who are too afraid to fail often make the mistake of playing it safe, avoiding risks, and resisting change. But real progress comes from stepping into the unknown, experimenting, and being willing to get it wrong in order to get it right. A leader's attitude toward failure also sets the tone for their team. When leaders embrace mistakes as part of learning, they create an environment where innovation thrives. Team members feel empowered to take risks, think creatively, and push boundaries. On the other hand, when failure is punished or seen as shameful, people become hesitant, rigid, and unwilling to take the necessary risks that lead to breakthroughs. Failure is not something to be feared, it is something to be leveraged. Every mistake, misstep, or setback carries a lesson that can lead to better decisions, smarter strategies, and greater success. The leaders who rise to the top are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who fail, learn, and adapt faster than everyone else. Leadership is not a static role, it is a continuous journey of growth, adaptation, and learning. The moment a leader stops learning, they stop leading. The world does not stand still. Industries evolve, technologies advance, and new challenges emerge every day. A leader who remains stagnant will inevitably fall behind, losing the ability to inspire, guide, and make an impact. Growth is not optional for leadership, it is a requirement. Great leaders understand that their knowledge, skills, and perspectives must constantly expand. They do not rely solely on past experiences or outdated strategies. Instead, they actively seek new ideas, listen to fresh perspectives, and challenge their own assumptions. They are lifelong students, always looking for ways to improve themselves and in turn their teams and organizations. This commitment to learning is what keeps them ahead in an ever-changing world. One of the biggest dangers in leadership is complacency. A leader who assumes they know enough, have seen it all, or no longer need to grow is on a downward path. The problem is that the world does not wait for those who refuse to adapt. What worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. A leader who does not evolve risks making outdated decisions, losing relevance, and ultimately failing to inspire the people they lead. Growth is the fuel that keeps leadership effective. Learning is not just about acquiring new information, it is about staying open-minded. Leaders who grow seek out diverse perspectives, engage in meaningful conversations, and challenge their own beliefs. They recognize that wisdom does not come from always being right, but from constantly questioning, exploring, and refining their understanding. They read, listen, observe, and apply new insights to their leadership approach. This willingness to adapt is what allows them to stay effective and impactful. A leader's personal growth directly influences their team's growth. When a leader prioritizes learning, they create a culture that encourages curiosity, innovation, and continuous improvement. Employees feel empowered to expand their own skills, take initiative, and embrace challenges. However, when a leader becomes stagnant, it sends a message that growth is not valued. This leads to disengagement, resistance to change, and a lack of motivation within the team. Leadership sets the tone, and the best leaders lead by example. Learning is the foundation of great leadership, and it comes from three powerful sources: books, mentors, and experiences. These three elements form a trifecta of growth, each offering unique lessons that shape a leader's mindset, decision-making, and ability to inspire others. Leaders who actively engage in reading, seek guidance from mentors, and embrace real-world experiences position themselves for continuous growth. They understand that leadership is not about knowing everything, it's about staying open to learning in every possible way. Books provide access to the greatest minds in history. Whether it's biographies of visionary leaders, insights on business strategy, or studies on human behavior, books allow leaders to learn from the successes and failures of others. They provide new perspectives, challenge existing beliefs, and introduce ideas that may never have been considered otherwise. The most successful leaders are avid readers, constantly consuming knowledge that helps them refine their thinking and make better decisions. Reading expands the mind, sharpens critical thinking, and serves as a gateway to wisdom that can be applied in real life. Mentors play an equally crucial role in the learning process. No leader achieves greatness alone. Behind every successful person is a mentor who has guided, challenged, and supported them along the way. Mentors provide real-world insights, offer advice based on experience, and help leaders navigate difficult decisions. They serve as sounding boards, helping to refine ideas and avoid costly mistakes. A great mentor can accelerate a leader's growth by providing perspectives that books alone cannot offer. They share personal stories, lessons learned from failure, and practical advice that comes from years of experience. Seeking mentorship is a sign of strength, not weakness. It demonstrates a willingness to learn from those who have walked the path before. However, reading and mentorship alone are not enough. Experience is where learning becomes real. Leadership is not a theoretical concept. It is something that must be practiced. The best lessons come from action, stepping into challenges, making tough decisions, and sometimes failing. Experience teaches resilience, adaptability, and emotional intelligence in a way that no book or mentor ever can. Leaders who are willing to take risks, embrace discomfort, and learn from their experiences develop a depth of understanding that cannot be gained any other way. True learning requires a balance of all three: reading to expand knowledge, mentorship to gain wisdom, and experience to apply lessons in the real world. The best leaders do not just read passively or listen without action. They take what they learn and live boldly. They use knowledge to push boundaries, challenge themselves, and continuously grow. Those who commit to this trifecta of learning will always be ahead, evolving with the world instead of being left behind. Leadership is not just about making decisions or setting strategies. It is about shaping the mindset of those you lead. A team does not simply follow a leader's instructions. They follow their example, their attitude, and their approach to growth. If a leader embraces learning, curiosity, and adaptability, the team will do the same. But if a leader becomes stagnant, resists change, or assumes they have nothing left to learn, that mindset spreads just as quickly. A learning culture does not happen by accident. It starts with a learning leader. People look to their leaders for guidance, not just in what they do, but in how they think. A leader who actively seeks new knowledge, asks questions, and embraces challenges creates an environment where growth is encouraged. When leaders prioritize learning, whether through reading, mentorship, or hands-on experience, they send a powerful message. Growth is not optional, it is expected. This mindset fosters innovation, resilience, and continuous improvement within a team. A leader who stops learning cannot expect their team to grow. If a leader is unwilling to challenge their own assumptions, take in new information, or adapt to change, their team will mirror that rigidity. Organizations that resist learning become stuck, unable to evolve with shifting industries, emerging technologies, or new challenges. The best leaders understand that they are not just responsible for their own development, but for creating an environment where their team feels safe and encouraged to do the same.
Great leaders are not defined by what they know but by their willingness to keep learning, evolving, and adapting. The world moves fast, and those who stay curious, embrace discomfort, and seek growth will always stay ahead. Success is never a final destination, it is a continuous journey of failing, learning, and improving. Leadership is not about having all the answers, it's about staying open to new ones. Keep growing, keep pushing, and never stop becoming the leader the future needs.
So, let me ask you, what's the next thing you're going to learn? Because your growth determines your impact, and the world needs leaders who never stop learning.